how can you create a true student-centered discussion where students are talking and debating ideas instead of always looking at you to decide who is right and who is wrong? That's coming up in this video. Hi everyone, I'm Lee Hall from Literacy Teachers, and I'm all about giving you the tools you need to inspire, motivate, and change how your students read and write for academic success. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is the place to come for tips and advice and answers to your questions about how to provide high quality literacy instruction to meet the academic needs of your students. So today we're talking about student-centered discussions and how as a teacher you can create student-centered discussions where students are talking and debating ideas instead of always looking to you, right, to see, is that right, is that wrong, am I good, am I off track? And you know what those discussions look like, right? Because that's when a student says something and then everybody turns and looks at you and they want you to answer. And then if you answer and asks another student a question, everybody looks at that student and that student says something and everybody looks at you. And that's not a discussion, that's just a back and forth between you and a student. And that's what we're trying to move away from, right? So how can we do this? So first of all, have students come to the discussion with something to say. You can set a guiding purpose for them, a guiding question for them, give them some purpose, give them multiple questions to answer, have them pick one, have them do some kind of free write, focused free write beforehand, but have them show up with one or more things that they can contribute, right? That ensures that they have something to say. And it could be ideas, it could be questions, it could be, you know, things they're confused about, doesn't matter, but they're coming with something focused that they can use in the discussion. The other thing is to think about how your room is arranged. So you can place students in a circle, which then puts everybody on relatively even footing in the sense that everybody can look at everybody else. Nobody is speaking and, you know, as a student, I'm not just looking at somebody at the back of somebody's head, right, while they talk. Everybody can make eye contact with one another. You can have students in small groups beforehand to sort of hash out these ideas and then move to a large whole class circle where you might then have a large whole class discussion, okay? Create ground rules with your students, all right? This is important. You can actually have them talk about what their role should be, what a high quality discussion should look like, and explicitly have them talk about who gets to talk and when, particularly in a whole class discussion, right? How do we make decisions about how we get called on, how we move from one person to the next? Have them come up with those rules and be explicit too. Have a rule in there about yourself. How do you participate, okay? And you can talk with them about that and get their ideas, but you should have a rule in there about your participation, which will help them understand that it is not a dialogue between them and you and them always looking at you to confirm if they are right or they are wrong, all right? But that being said, what if wrong information is offered? What if a student says something that's factually incorrect? What should you do? Well, a card is getting ready to pop up, and if you click on that, it's going to take you to a video that's going to walk you through what you should do if a student gives blatantly wrong information in the middle of a discussion. All right, so check that out. Then the other thing is, you know, you have these ground rules, you have a discussion, have your students reflect on them. How well are these rules working? How well are you personally engaging in them? Do the rules need to be refined? What can you as a student be working on to improve your contributions to the discussion? All right. Ultimately, once you get this going, it's going to require you to be patient because this is going to take time. It's not going to take a week or two. It could take 2, 3, 4 months before your students really get going and having high quality discussions. So be okay with that. Be patient. Keep going and keep these things in place and know that it will happen. It just takes time. And the other thing is be okay with silence. As your students are learning and you're being patient with them learning how to have high quality discussions, be okay with pockets of silence and letting it be quiet for a while without you jumping in to save the day. Usually a student will jump in and take over. All right, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to catch all of my videos. Hit subscribe so that you get notifications. Head on down to the comments and let's talk about the questions that you have about helping students have high quality discussions.